And welcome back, everybody, to this Inquisition. Let's get to it. All right. Let's see what's around.
Alright, let's see what we can find.
Let's see. There's a stack of books on the desk, mostly relating to alchemy, environmental science, life science, that kind of thing. Some of the pages have been marked with alchemical symbols. Others are S-shaped or triangular symbols drawn on them. Any potential meaning is unclear to me.
Wow, these books are so fancy! Albedo must have gone to great lengths to get them.
Agreed, Paimon. Wait, is there anything under? Huh. Huh! Hidden compartment?
Wait, it looks like there's a hidden compartment under the desk!
Let's see. The lock mechanism could use elemental power, since Albedo uses Geo. Huh. Some kind of informational packet? Festering is also a manifestation of rot. When festering forces and a sufficient amount of life energy collide, the two will repel each other, triggering a powerful side effect. When I tested this in an alchemical experiment, the results of the refinement were startling. Breaking through the shackles of life, the simulation of the illegible project must take advantage of this opportunity.
The name of the project is blotted out in ink. What could it be?
Festering forces. Dragonspine could be involved. This has something to do with creating a synthetic life form. Would Albedo go that far for one of his experiments? No, he wouldn't. Amid the notes, there's a map with a few markings. Two of the marked locations correspond to those crime scenes. The third's on Dragonspine. Okay, it's a hard pill to swallow, but if the results of the joint investigation are correct, there could be a body hidden at that last location. Very least, what remains.
Huh. What does this mean? Oh, do you think something might also be buried at the last location?
Yeah.
Alright, that seems to be it for this place. We should go tell Jean what we found.
Go.
Oh, Vect is calling! Let's answer!
How's the investigation going? You find anything?
Oh, we found stuff alright. Stuff that only makes Albedo look even more suspicious.
Sorry about that, folks. My damn mic was muted. Not promising. We should be grateful Albedo's true identity remains hidden. If it gets out that he's one of Rhine Daughter's creations, there'd be no separating him for her past. As we both know, Rhine Daughter's approach to alchemy and ethics was pure madness. And the evidence you just found, let's just say it could convince even those closest to him of his guilt, perhaps even you. Well, I don't think that handwriting was faked. Then it comes down to trust. Do you trust Albedo? I absolutely do.
Yeah, he's our friend. We should keep the faith. And if he really is the culprit, he must have had a reason, right? Maybe he's just not allowed to talk about it. Yeah, that must be it.
Either way, a fair investigation means coming to a conclusion presented by the facts. Does that mean Venti no longer believes? Remaining objective has its own value. Remember, none of this is your fault. Just report back with an honest assessment of your facts.
Yeah. Well, let's go find Jean and tell her what we learned.
Uh-oh.
Wait, that's Miles. What's he doing here?
Oh, sorry. I heard voices and wasn't sure if I should check who was inside.
It's okay. We're here on Jean's orders.
Ah, I see. I'll, leave you to it then.
Hold on. You didn't hear what we were saying, did you?
Oh, not really. Nothing that made sense anyway.
Well, do us a favor and just forget anything you might have heard, okay?
Oh, sure. You got it.
That map we found in the hidden compartment seems important. We should check out the marked locations.
Yeah, no need to worry anybody until we have all the facts. Set up. Ooh.
I'll keep this close.
We should be getting close. Oh, look over there! Something seems off.
We'll come back to that. There's this Seige right now.
I'll keep this close.
And there's quite a few things that are left unresolved here. As an example,
Solidify!
Let's check this.
One with the force. And voila! Ta!
Yeah!
Let's get this show on the road!
Gather! Order guide you.
Let's nip that in the bud. Why is there a chest here?
Uh-oh. The frost is getting us. We have to... Although everything's covered in snow, as a seasoned adventurer, you notice a spot on the ground that looks quite different from its surroundings. Removing the snow, find a sizable hole underneath, large enough to fit a human body. The hole's completely empty, though. Surrounding markings make it look like something was dug up or clawed its way out. An animal do this? Some monster, perhaps?
Weird. There's a hole, but no body. The prosecution's argument is that Albedo used alchemy to destroy the bodies, but this location is different from the other two. Why not fill the hole, or smooth out the ground like the other places?
If one person did all this, why not remove traces, like all the others? If Albedo isn't responsible, why was this location marked on his notes? Well, let's go talk to Jean. You're back. Did you find anything?
Yeah, but none of it helps Albedo's case.
I see. A complicated result. But your efforts are appreciated. Did Albedo submit his appeal? Yes, he asked for a retrial. There are still questions surrounding the identities of the victims and the disappearance of those bodies. The minimal remains that were uncovered have been sent for forensic analysis, which should provide some answers. It's just...
What's wrong?
If the victims turn out to be Mondstadt citizens, the situation becomes all the more serious. The second trial would likely have to be open to the public. And I doubt public sentiment will be in Albedo's favor.
Yeah, not when the charges are so serious.
The second trial is set to take place in 2 days. I hope you consider attending, as I would appreciate it.
Of course, we'll be there. In the meantime, we should all just stay positive.
Well said. When the time comes, I shall carry out my duty to the best of my ability. Miles. It's time to become a time traveler.
We should meet up with Jean. It's about time for the second trial.
Jean? Ah, you two. Let me know when you're ready and we'll head out. I'm about as ready as I can ever be. Alright, follow me. I hope I get to sit in the same chair. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now convene for the second trial against Mr. Albedo. I, Jean Ginher, will once again oversee the proceedings. Representatives on both sides remain unchanged, and Mr. Dahlia will continue to serve as assessor. Ms. Hertha represents the prosecution. Mr. Kaya speaks on the defense. The defendant in this case is Mr. Albedo, captain of the investigation team. With that, I now bring this trial to order. Ms. Hertha, have the investigators made any new discoveries?
Yes. We sent the teeth and the femur bone found at the scene to the church's medical office, and were able to conclude that these are, in fact, human remains. In addition, the investigators were able to identify several Mondstadt citizens who appear to have been missing for quite some time. Forensic analysis of the remains allowed us to pinpoint the age and gender of the deceased. Interestingly, one of the missing individuals matches that profile to a T. The medical office couldn't spare the personnel, so Miss Rosaria is here to present the results to the court.
Hanselman, male, 46 years old, marital status single, occupation hunter, consistent with the conclusion in the last trial. His disappearance went unreported, likely due to a lack of relatives. In addition, medical records show that he sustained a mechanism-related injury to his leg 3 years ago. The damage on the femur bone Mr. DeLuc found is consistent with such an injury. Therefore, we conclude that one of the victims in this case is Hanselman. A specialized technique was used to accelerate the rate of decomposition.
Is it reasonable to assume this technique to be alchemical in nature?
Alchemical, magical, both are possible.
Thank you for your testimony.
The identity of one of the victims is now confirmed. But what about the defendant's motive?
Considering what he wrote in the letter, we can deduce that the defendant needed subjects for an alchemy experiment. Who better than individuals whose disappearance would go unnoticed? In other words, he sacrificed the good people of Mondstadt for his own gain. A truly vile act. In addition, another witness has agreed to testify. Miss Donna, if you would.
Another one, huh?
Wait, Donna from the flower shop?
I'm sorry it took so long for me to come forward. But the night Master DeLuc saw Mr. Albedo, I was there too. I was camping with a friend and we decided to stop near Dragonspine. I couldn't really get comfortable that night, so around dawn, I decided to go for a walk. And that's when I saw Master DeLuc. I thought it might be nice to, chat. So I headed in his direction and then I saw it. Someone at the bottom of the cliff was getting rid of a body. I was terrified the person might see me. Even after I fled, I couldn't shake that fear. And I started to wish I never had a crush on Master DeLuc in the first place. If I hadn't wanted to talk to him, I would never have been in that situation. Well, I didn't want to come forward because I was scared. But Miss Hertha convinced me it was the right thing to do. I'm sorry it took me so long.
I see. Just stepping forward is brave enough, Miss Donna. The court thanks you for your courage and commitment to justice.
Yes. Thank you.
The two witnesses corroborate the same sequence of events. That just leaves the question of how the defendant disposed of the bodies.
I believe the answer lies in the alchemical technique mentioned in the letter. The defendant is the most accomplished alchemist in Mondstadt. He has the skill, no question.
A special investigator also uncovered some relevant evidence on that subject. I will now present it to the court.
Wait, does she mean...
Us. The following are pieces of evidence uncovered in Master Albedo's office, the most important of which is this map. This map was found with the defendant's notes. The markings correspond with the description in the letter and the locations of the crime scenes. Does this map belong to you? Yes. Were you the one who marked these locations? Yes. You do realize that basically admission of guilt, don't you? The evidence against you is nearly insurmountable. No. Since you have uncovered that compartment, I might as well expound on the matter.
We have witnesses and physical evidence. What could you possibly say in your defense?
What I always have. I never killed a single person.
Ugh, you have some nerve. Saying that when the evidence is stacked against you?
Miss Hertha, you've presented a meticulous and convincing case. I'll give you that. But I will not admit to something I did not do.
So, what? You're just going to bombard the court with excuses?
That's a rather dismissive way to refer to an innocent man speaking in his own defense. Besides, I'm not making excuses. I'm exercising patience.
That won't make the charges against you disappear, Mr. Albedo.
Perhaps not. But patience comes with its own reward. It's easy for things to remain buried in snow till someone comes along and brushes it away. Brushing off snow. Is that a hint? If it was a hint, maybe it has something to do with Dragonspine. Which reminds me, one of the locations, Dragonspine. Traveler, you were the one who uncovered the notes, correct? Then I'm assuming you also visited that third location on the map as well. Yeah? Can you tell us what you found?
Then, there must also have been a body.
What am I missing? The first marked location is near Mondstadt. Beatrice saw Albedo use alchemy to dig a hole and bury a body. A single men's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes. Taken together, this evidence seems to suggest that Albedo killed someone and concealed a body. second marked location is between Dragonspine and the Dawn Winery, where Diluc saw Albedo bury the body of an adult male. Diluc described the same events as Beatrice. There's no reason for them to collude against Albedo. The testimony must be true. Diluc found teeth and a femur. Donna confirmed the two don't have a reason to set Albedo up. Despite her crush, Donna wouldn't lie about something just to get Diluc's attention. Not to mention, Donna has been acting strange since before the trial. According to the forensic results, the teeth and femur belong to a Mondstadt citizen. The witness account suggests that Albedo was the last person to come in contact with that body. Did Albedo really use alchemy to reduce the body to just a few bones? Third marked location is in Dragonspine. We only knew about it because of that hidden compartment. During our investigation, Paimon and I discovered a hole beneath the snow. Big enough for a human body, with claw marks around the outside. No body or remains. Albedo marked these three locations on the map in the hidden compartment. There are some similarities and differences. Based on what we know, all three locations were likely used to hide bodies. The holes dug in each area certainly seem big enough. But unlike the first two locations, there were claw marks around the hole on the third, and no witness saw anything there. Dragonspine is home to a number of monsters and wild animals. Could some kind of creature have dug up the body? But why wasn't the case in the other locations? Marks didn't look fresh, which means the hole at the third location has been there longer. It could be connected to a separate incident. Dragonspine is a frigid climate. It's covered with snow all year. Even so, home to various monsters and creatures that can withstand that cold. Deep within the mountain lies the remains of an even more mysterious creature, Durin, the dragon. Although that dragon has been dead for a long time, there's still a peculiar life energy coming from it. Now that I think about it, a lot of strange things have happened on Dragonspine. Most people know Albedo is an alchemist and the captain of the investigation team. But in truth, he's the Caride Prince, a synthetic human made by one of the 5 sinners, Rhindaughter. Albedo is steadfast, intelligent, and treats everyone with kindness and respect. I think most people would agree with that assessment. He's also a calculated thinker. It's fair to say that if he committed a crime, it would likely be well concealed. Up until now, Albedo has never displayed any ill will toward anyone. He also seems like his normal self. As his friend, I shouldn't reveal the truth about his identity. That would only make matters worse. forgot. Paimon and I once encountered someone on Dragonspine who was the mirror of Albedo. And we weren't the only ones. Wait a second. Someone who looks exactly like him? I'm guessing Albedo has a plan. We should help him out. What's he want me to do? Since I made an honest assessment, I should be honest about my doubts. It's only fair. I think I understand what he was trying to tell me now. I'd like to address the court if I may. I was the one who investigated the office, and I believe the results raise a few questions. Regarding the two cases addressed in the previous trial, it was established that, after disposing of the bodies, the defendant used alchemy to restore the ground to its original state. But that wasn't the case at the third location. The hole was still there, dirt scattered around the perimeter, and it looked like it had been dug up. If this was all done by one person, why wasn't the third scene given the same treatment? Why weren't there traces? In addition, the markings around the third location were not fresh, which suggests that the Dragonspine incident happened at a different time. For those reasons, I believe there's still reasonable doubt in this case, and I hope the verdict reflects. Thank you. As astute as ever, Traveler.
Questions there may be, but allow me to point out, there is no evidence to suggest that anyone besides the defendant knew about the third location, and the map was found in his notes. That fact alone makes him the most plausible suspect, unless Mr. Albedo suddenly plans to deny that the map belongs to him.
Oh no. Allow me to respond to the Traveler's point. If all I cared about was proving my innocence, I would indeed do as you describe, Miss Hertha, and deny any connection to the map. But that's not what I intend to do. That map does belong to me, and I did hide things at all three locations.
What?
There were indeed bodies at each location, and I did not kill and bury someone at Dragonspine.
Ha! So you admit it. Let the record reflect that the defendant has confessed to his crimes.
You're mistaken, Miss Hertha. This story does not end there. Some time ago, I encountered an uninvited guest on Dragonspine. Someone who wanted to take advantage of the deserted nature of the region to eliminate me in secret. His desire to kill me led to an altercation where I killed him instead and buried the body on the mountain. That third location you saw on the map.
Actually, the traveler Amber, Bennett, and I were with Albedo that day. The Adventurers Guild was holding an event on Dragonspine. After it ended, we all left the area. If the person Albedo is referring to is different from the one we encountered on the mountain, then the altercation must have occurred after we left.
This only proves that the defendant is guilty on all counts. Those innocent people, their blood is on your hands.
No, you're mistaken.
You deny it? After admitting to murder for the whole court to hear? You've clearly lost your mind.
If you would let me finish, Miss Hertha, I could get to the important part. The man who attacked me on Dragonspine was my height, with blonde hair and blue eyes, dressed in clothes nearly identical to mine. So someone who happens to look exactly like you? exactly like him. So I was right.
It's one thing to look similar, but for the clothes to be the same?
What's going on? I don't want to be here anymore.
Regardless, the important thing is that you admit to killing someone on Dragonspine.
Yes, I killed someone that day. Someone who looked nearly identical to me. But I never said that someone was a person. I see. Then it appears I need to withdraw my testimony.
What?
Everyone! I brought her!
Wait, you...
The person who just came in, isn't that Hertha?
What's going on?
Who are you? Why do you wear my face? Hello to you, too.
As you can see, this is Hertha, the logistics captain of the Knights of Favonius.
I see what's going on here. It's all been leading up to this, hasn't it? Your confession. It was all an elaborate stunt to set me up. You want to undermine my credibility? Fine. It doesn't eliminate the mountain of evidence stacked against you. All I want is justice for the people of Mondstadt.
Order in this court. I've been stationed on Dragonspine all these years because that is where the subject of my research lies. The dragon Durin. Several hundred years ago, the dragon of the east, Dvalin, defeated Durin in battle, and with help from Barbados, sealed his remains at Dragonspine. Durin was created through alchemy, one of the finest specimens of artificial life. As such, death was not a true end for him. His heart still beats in Dragonspine, and grows revitalized by the day. My imposter on Dragonspine was a failed specimen, abandoned in Durin's stomach, an unsuccessful iteration of the Homunculus project.
Homunculus?
Are you trying to insinuate that I'm some kind of homunculus? Because it looks to me like the artificial one is standing right there. Some kind of imposter you dragged in from Dragonspine. So this is what I look like when I fly off the handle. You know, they say imitation is the best form of flattery, but your impersonation has overstayed its welcome. Master Jean, what are you waiting for? We've known each other for so long. You recognize the real me, don't you?
The two of you look identical, but judging based on demeanor, the new arrival actually seems more like the Hertha I know.
That means nothing! By that logic, I could just as easily accuse the albedo in this room of being an imposter! How do we know he isn't the fake one? A cold-blooded killer who replaced the real albedo long ago! Then, how about something only the real Hertha would know? The longest scar on my body. The knights who fought alongside me that day should remember where it is.
I remember. Let's hear your answer.
I'd like to hear Miles' answer first.
Huh?
You don't know? Or you don't remember? I heard you've been acting strange these days. Disoriented? Confused? You were closer to me than anyone during that battle. And yet you don't remember a thing. Strange indeed.
No, my head. It hurts.
The scar is right here.
Why the nerves? I can't imagine this comes as a surprise. Unless your informant in the Knights of Favonius failed to mention that scar on Hertha's left arm.
Albedo has done a lot of research into beings like you. If you deny it, then show us your arm.
No need to panic. You can just add it now. You excel at changing your appearance, don't you? Or should I say all spawn of Durin's life force have that ability? A powerful life force, an appearance you can change at will. Yet here you stand, formless one, paralyzed to act, because you're worried using that power could affect your accomplices. Accomplices? Then Miles must be one of them. There are others too. Most of the beings under the influence of Durin's life force have gathered here, and yet their presence is what impedes her from taking action. Once you attempt to transform, all who surround you will be affected by your power. You can't control it, because in this network of living beings, you serve as the core.
Show us your arm. Ugh! Have it your way!
Whoa!
Come on, let's go!
Hey! They're shielding the imposter!
She's trying to get away. Stop her. Do not let anyone stand in your way.
There are others trying to get in. Must be more people under her control.
Time to get moving, everyone.
Whoa! She just leaped across the room!
After her!
It's time. All units, move forward. Third company, keep on the imposter's trail. We finally have a chance to talk. But before I explain the events of the past few days, I'd like to make a few things clear. First, I never killed any of my fellow citizens, and I never used human remains as part of an alchemical experiment. Second, the events of the past few days were all part of the plan. Most of the members of our order were in on it. As for the witnesses, Master DeLuke picked up on the situation long before today's proceedings. Indeed. Follow me.
What? How are there monsters in the city?
They are all monsters from Dragonspine. An attack is imminent, but fear not. We've been preparing for this. We've been monitoring resurgence of Durin's life force. Its festering nature agitated these monsters. We knew it was only a matter of time before they advanced on Mondstadt. And so, we made preparations for the inevitable battle. I was hoping you two could join me and provide assistance in the battle.
Of course. Where's our first step?
The top of the city wall.
Captain Albedo, Honorary Knight, and your floating companion.
Some of the people around here are acting strange. Be careful.
Leprechaun, it's you.
Burst forth.
been a while since I unleashed my lightning during Windbloom.
It happened a lot before?
Unleashing lightning on people? No. Once in a while, maybe. It sure does feel good to let loose, though. My old professor even wrote to me about that a few days ago. Of course, I made sure to emphasize that I always treat others with kindness. It's only natural for a student to inherit their teacher's ways, after all. And mine was a gentle old man from the Spontamont school. So you see, this time I only used gentle methods of electrocution. So gentle, even Jean would have no reason to intervene.
Huh. Gentle electrocution.
You seem to be in good spirits, Miss Lisa. Ah, well, it's good to move about every once in a while.
Hold firm! Drag another wardrobe over here.
Vile beasts! The Immortruts shall not tolerate such transgression.
Ah, that's the traveler's voice.
You arrive at the most opportune time, vassal. Sword at the ready.
Oz, reveal thyself! Oh, goodness!
No rest for... Midnight Phantasmagoria. What?
Fear not. The foul monsters have been cast into the void.
Mein Fräulein means to say that you should refrain from going out for the time being. We will continue to protect this area.
All right. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. But, I've never seen a bird that can, talk.
Ah, no need to worry. I'm Mein Fräulein's humble servant. Please rest assured, I'm not a danger to you.
You can trust them, I promise.
Oh, no, of course. I didn't mean it that way at all. I just misspoke.
No matter. My vassals have unfinished duties, yes? Then go forth and smite these wretched beasts. The possession blessing shall illuminate your path. It's going up. Wait, I see flames. Sucrose? Mr. Albedo, traveler. Everything good here? All good. A few monsters made it into the city, but Master DeLuke and Mr. Kaya helped me to take care of them.
want.
Animal test 6308.
Time for retribution!
Where are all these monsters coming from? My sword hand is cramping.
Wait! I think that's Captain Kaya's voice. Maybe he's coming to help. Just hang in there!
Fantastic job defending this place, you two. We'll take it from here.
Oh, Captain Kaya, Swan is...
Hey, I'm fine. It's your leg we should be worried about.
Swan, Lawrence, you should both get treated at the church. Do not push yourselves. We'll take care of things here.
But, Master Diluc, didn't you leave the Knights of Favonius?
What? Are knights the only ones capable of defending this gate? It's fine. Master Diluc is just altruistic as always. If a civilian is willing to help out, who are we to turn him away?
Understood. We're grateful for the support.
Yeah, thanks a million. We'll be back soon.
I have some spare time right now, so I was planning to make some potions to help people fight. A sound plan. Remember to be careful. I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a situation you cannot handle, retreat to somewhere safe. Don't worry about the front line. Understood. Try like hell. Ah. Some battle going on up here. Gentlemen.
Step right up.
Stabilize.
And voila! Can't see? I hear everything. Keep up.
Thanks for the help. I don't think we could have managed that on our own.
I hope everyone's all right. We really appreciate the help.
Venti?
Hey, Venti!
Shoot! Someone's coming. Help me, please! Someone help me!
What's with the freak out? It's just us.
Ah, perfect. I can drop the act. Sorry, thought you were regular citizens. It's about time. I think we can proceed as planned now. I agree. Although it's been a while since I dealt with something this big, it's going to be pretty exhausting. Don't worry. I'll treat you to a drink after the trouble. Just what I wanted to hear.
So, these two know the other's identity then?
Yeah, people can make new friends when they're not here, you know. monsters started surging in from Dragonspine during the trial. They soon became agitated, likely in response to the core coming under pressure. Still, I never expected those monsters to have become this advanced. The power of evolution cannot be underestimated, especially considering the fact that Durin absorbed the previous imposter.
Wait, so what about the map? And the missing bodies?
What the witnesses saw was true. I did hide those bodies. As I monitored the situation on Dragonspine, I noticed that many who ventured there came back different. Some were under the influence of Durin's power, but the less fortunate ones had already been devoured by monsters. Who then assumed the appearance to infiltrate the city? Most of those who were replaced had no close relatives, so when their behavior changed, there was no one to notice. The monsters used their disguise to get close to people. I eliminated 2 who attempted to attack.
What about the remains D-Luke found? Did they belong to one of the victims?
Yes, the monsters slowly digest their victims. Sometimes they even left behind body parts to aid the transformation. All that remained of the first victim was a few strands of hair. The second had some teeth and bone. The only bodies Albedo destroyed were the monster's mimic forms. Then he buried whatever remained of the victims to put them to rest. Well, someone had to do it. Besides, I managed to gather some valuable data on the putrefaction of the bodies. After we defeated the doppelganger Womperflower on Dragonspine before, we promised to tell each other a story, remember? You told me the story of a gardener, I remember. I'm glad. Then you remember what I told you about Subject 2? In his pursuit to replace Subject 1, he transformed a Womperflower into Subject 3. So there was another imposter on Dragonspine. Yes, that would be Subject 2. I confronted him and buried his body on Dragonspine. So you see, at one point, there was something hidden in that hole you found. But Durin is becoming more revitalized by the day. Under the influence of his power, the monsters dug up Subject 2 and returned it to Durin's stomach. Durin absorbed the failed creation along with his knowledge and way of thinking. Ever since then, all creatures spawned from his power has had the ability to transform their appearance. Humans who venture onto Dragonspine for too long are also bound to fall under Durin's influence. But those effects don't show themselves right away, and the extent to which a person has been affected is hard to perceive. You saw it for yourself, didn't you? All the people acting strange? Those are all the same people who just tried to break into the Knights of Favonius headquarters. Durin's power remained dormant within them until, finally, it surged to the surface and seized control. That was our original goal. If we could force a situation where the imposter had no choice but to unleash the power, all those under the influence would become violent, and thus we'd know who was affected.
Wait, so what do we do? We can't go around hurting innocent people.
That's why I'm here. It would make me look pretty bad if I just lazed around after promising to help. We will use the power of Animo to restrain them for now. That should give the knights the chance to subdue them without any harm. A specialized team will deal with them later. Alright. That's the long and short of the situation. It's time to activate that thing. Right? Yes. So, if there are little secrets other people shouldn't know, my identity, for example, keep it to yourself, okay? Alright, this should do it.
Wind currents? Paimon's never seen this many.
There should now be a wind current across the entire city. Everyone, can you hear me? Loud and clear. All units, what's your status?
All good. We have enough manpower to provide support. Requesting assistance at the side gate. Heading over now.
Whoa! It's long-distance wind communication! How is that even possible?
It's all thanks to Lord Barbados. With this blessing, we will succeed in defending the city. Actually, if you face away from the wind current and whisper like this, no one can hear you.
No wonder you're crouching down there like you have something to hide.
You didn't have to broadcast that.
Huh? That voice. Venti? Is that you?
Oops.
Oh, you know, just a wandering bard calling for help. Thank goodness the traveler Paimon and Albedo found me. Got me out of a tough spot. All right. Now that you're okay, we should check on the status of the other areas. Thanks, friend. May the anime Archon protect you. I've got things covered here. I don't like being in the middle like this, especially on a bridge. Ooh, look who it is. Get back! Phew, that was a close one. I suppose thanks are in order, Master Diluc. I appreciate your help. No need. I didn't intervene to save you. It was for my own convenience. You were in the way. Oh? Well, let me get out of your hair. I suppose we could work together, but you would just melt my ice anyway. Suit yourself. Ha, all right, tell me. When did you notice something was off? The first trial. Ah, because of the fake Hertha? No, because of you. Me? What did I do? My defense wasn't passionate enough? No, you weren't nervous enough. Tell me then, Mr. Diluc. When do you think I actually get nervous? I suppose we'll see, won't we? Incoming. Hey, on second thought, best to not think about it.
Burn!
Oh, so sorry. Dodge this.
Verdict is...
This mode will be frozen in time. Freeze!
Time for retribution!
Dodge this! Oh, so sorry.
Burn!
They're over there! Diluc, Kaya!
If you had time to make it out here, I'm guessing the other areas are secure?
What? We can't be here because we care?
Maybe this was just the closest spot to the city gate. Maintaining control over the main road means controlling the battle as a whole. You made the right choice.
So what's the status over here?
All under control, don't worry. My trusty civilian volunteer and I have this city covered. I think you mean the man who held the title of cavalry captain before you. We don't have to bring that up. Well, keep up the good work. We'll go check on the status of the others. Good luck. Oh, and I wanted to thank you for what you said in court. If I'm not mistaken, you were on my side by the end. Believe me, he's had his suspicions since the first trial. I suppose it just didn't feel right to believe that someone who helped me in the past could be a cold-blooded killer.
Aw, that's so sweet!
Thank you for trusting me, and for choosing to fight alongside us. As for you, Kaya, good work as always. Of course. Stay safe.
Let the show begin.
All right. You should be on the mend now.
Thank you so much, Miss Barbara. Things are still quite chaotic outside. It's best if you all remain inside the cathedral for now.
You're not rushing back out to the front line, are you? You're still injured.
Don't worry, Miss Barbara. I'll try not to put myself in harm's way. I can help with the logistics from the back.
Well, maybe we can give you a hand. As you said, the situation outside is chaotic. Injured parties should not be left unattended. There are others here who need to get back on the front lines, so I'll escort them myself.
Of course. Thank you, Miss Rosaria.
Just doing my job. I'll leave the cathedral to you then, Barbara. You can count on me. I don't really know how all this started, but I do know that Jean and the others, they've been preparing for this for a very long time, so I think everything will be all right. No, it has to be. Did I catch you at a bad time, Barbara? No, not at all. Did you need anything? Just wanted to tell you that over the next few days, a lot of things are going to start happening in Mondstadt. Attacking, fighting. I need you to take care of yourself. How did you know? Albedo warned us in advance. It has something to do with Dragonspine, and he's our authority in that region. So we should take him at his word. Dragonspine, huh? So the city is going to be in danger? Yes. But the Knights of Favonius will do whatever they can to protect the people. But then who'll protect you? Don't worry. I'll look out for myself. I promise. Please let them be okay. Sister Barbara, could you lend me a hand? Ah, of course. Coming. They're here! Prepare for battle! On guard. Everyone, incoming monsters at 11 o'clock. Looks like we've got 25 helichurls, 2 blazing axe minotaurs, and a bunch of different slimes. Prepare elemental countermeasures. Roger that.
Yeah!
Final warning.
Get him!
Whoa, this one behind me.
Hey!
Engaging. Leave the wounded to me.
Hey! No one escapes my sights!
All units are now in position.
Hertha! Ah, jeez, your voice scared me just now.
What? Still caught up in the imposter incident? I thought you knew about the plan.
Well, after you up and disappeared one day, all Master Jean told me was that you'd be gone for a while on an important mission, and that it'd be better if people thought you were dead. And then, what do you know? Someone who looks exactly like you appears out of nowhere 2 days later. If Master Jean hadn't told me about your mission, I would have fallen for it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, that was quite a scary thought. I get chills just thinking about it. A monster replacing someone close to you, and you're none the wiser? Don't worry. Once this is all over, these monsters won't be a threat to us anymore. Albedo, are you alright? The trial wasn't too hard on you, was it? I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I was just so worried. Same here. I thought it was all real at one point. I was in complete shock. So, you didn't know, Amber? Then it seems Eula did an excellent job keeping the situation under wraps. And no need to worry, you two. I'm no worse for wear. That sounds like Eula, all right. She's like an impenetrable wall, that one. You're not getting a secret out of her.
Yeah, for sure! She's someone you can really count on!
Wait, so how did you decide Hertha should disappear again? After all this fighting, I can't seem to get it straight.
It was Kaya's suggestion. He said the plan would work best with someone well known and reputable without being too high profile. Naturally, Miss Hertha is the perfect choice. We needed to leave a hole in our organization, so she came up with an idea and she would disappear. Ah, so that explains the rumor that someone had fallen during a mission. Of course, it didn't take long for that to get resolved. No, the imposter fell right into our trap. It was all part of the plan. First, we spread the rumor that Hertha was missing in action after some kind of accident. The news came from Kaya and Hertha's direct subordinates, which was important because we needed it to be credible. The imposter saw a gap in our ranks, couldn't help but take the bait. Didn't take long for the fake Hertha to appear on the night's patrol route, claiming to have survived her mission.
When did that happen?
Over 6 months ago.
Whoa, so this has been a long time in the making.
Yes, and with our enemy more meticulous than we expected. Monsters have been searching for Hertha's body in order to protect the imposter's identity. Which is a more advanced way of thinking than Subject 2. So, we had to wait long enough to convince the fake Hertha that she had our trust. Furthermore, we needed to give her time to gather evidence against me and convince herself that she had enough to strike.
But how did the Knight's internal information even reach Durin and his monsters?
There's an informant among our ranks.
Don't worry, Barbados already tracked her down. She doesn't have his blessing, so she can't hear what we're talking about right now.
Honestly, this whole situation almost gave Paimon a heart attack. All those awful accusations in the first trial, and you couldn't even defend yourself!
It was to be expected. I couldn't just reveal the truth. It had to be at the right moment, or it would have given the imposter even more fuel to use against me. She would have demanded to know how I knew about Dragonspine and the monsters in disguise. And if my true identity got out, the public's trust in me would be gone. It was a trap, you see. Argue back, expose the origin, or keep my mouth shut and be seen as a murderer. Credit where credit is due, it was well thought out.
Yeah, thank goodness we were able to back her into a corner.
Indeed. And I have you to thank for that, Traveler. You probably don't know it, but you've been a part of this plan since the beginning. And for that, you have my sincere apologies. I know I kept you in the dark, but I had a reason. This might not sound intuitive, but I did it to make the plan even stronger. From the beginning, I knew I had to leave the letters in my office for a fair and independent reader to discover. Someone willing to seek the truth. Naturally, I thought of you. I knew you would return for Windbloom. I knew you would agree to attend the trial. And I knew your sense of responsibility and justice as the honorary knight. It would compel you to start your own investigation. The fake Hertha, Subject 2, has met you on Dragonspine before. If she thought even you had lost faith in me, her confidence might get the best of her. The perfect time for us to strike. Albedo's right. You were part of our plan from the start. I hope you don't take offense at our decision to keep it from you. And please, don't be too hard on Albedo. He was just doing his best to look out for Mondstadt. Enough people were involved in the plan as it was. We had no other choice. The Honorary Knight and Paimon will always be friends of Mondstadt. We will never forget that.
Aw, that means a lot.
Well, in that case, thank you for thinking of me. It's an honor to take part in the plan. It is us who should be thanking you, Honorary Knight.
Wait, was that Eula just now? Let's go to the side gate to check it out.
It's all my fault. I knew Klee was fast, but disappearing like this? I only lost sight of her for 1 second. How am I going to explain this to Albedo?
Explain what?
Albedo, Traveler, Paimon, what brings you here?
We're providing mobile support across the region. Was there something you needed to explain? You can tell me anything. I hope you know that.
Yeah, plus we kinda already heard what you said, so...
Klee, she disappeared right under my nose. I'm sorry. I'm doing all I can to find her.
I see. Please don't beat yourself up. Klee is...
Wait! Something's coming this way, and it doesn't look pretty!
Alright. Fighting first, conversation later.
She was right next to me, and the next thing I knew, she ran off somewhere. I swear I only lost sight of her for a second. Shudder!
Live! Feel this ancient power.
Those bombs. I see what you mean. She's not to be underestimated. Flood of Frost!
We won! Great work, Klee. I'll be counting on you to protect Eula next time, too.
Albedo, you can't be serious.
No problem. Just leave it to Klee. Are you going on patrol, Mr. Albedo? Klee heard you went camping for a few days, and these monsters followed you back home.
Camping. Ah, right. The truth isn't suitable for little ears.
That's right. So I need to report back to Master Jean to settle my expenses. If you have some time, I'm sure Eula would be grateful if you escorted her back to headquarters as well.
Of course. I place myself in your capable hands, Spark Knight.
It would be a pleasure. Klee will do her best. Return to the center of Mondstadt. Okay. Let's do that. That should be it for now. Good work, everyone. How did we fare injury-wise? Good. Our preparations paid off. Injuries are few and far between. I have the full record here. Wonderful. I'll review it in a bit.
We're back!
Everyone all right?
Amber?
right as rain. We're back. Klee kept Miss Eula safe the whole way. That's amazing, Klee. Eula was lucky to have you. Looks like we're still missing a few. Reporting back. Master Jean, mission complete. Good to have you back safe and sound. And great work, everyone. This operation could not have happened without you all. Your leadership is what made it possible, Master Jean. It's been a busy few days. You should take a well-deserved break. I will. I believe you deserve one most of all. My work is yet to be complete, I'm afraid. I have a few loose ends to tie up. Loose ends? Ah, yes, of course. We could talk about it back at headquarters. Traveler, Paimon, you should be there too. Alright, everyone. Everyone who's finished their work should head back to headquarters or to the church and get some rest. Wanna come with us, Klee? We can drink some tea and eat some freshly baked moon pies. Yeah, yeah! Hi, everyone. Venti, thank you for everything. I know there were difficult moments along the way. Well, wait. Does that mean you saw me running for my life? Ah, no. Apologies. Just forget I said anything. Just kidding. But you're right. It was tough out there. I almost lost my hat to several winds. Any notable information on the wind? Of course. I was out in the city wall for quite some time. I heard all sorts of things. As for something notable, well, I picked up on an anxious voice and a child's anger. Durin has been isolated for centuries, but absorbing Subject 2's emotions allowed him to understand certain truths about this world and his existence, including the fact that he's no longer Mother's only child, or her most perfect creation. It's obvious he found that fact difficult to accept. The emotions he felt in response were quite genuine, and I dare say, human. If I eliminate the perfect creation, I will be the only child Mother needs. This mindset arose out of Durin's instinct to compete and survive, and came to dominate all those around him. Of course, the absorption of Subject 2's knowledge allowed him to take a more intelligent approach, accusing me of murder. In the end, however, Durin still lacks sufficient social intelligence. The fact that his army even got this far is a miracle.
Oh, no wonder Venti sensed a child's anger through the wind.
That same feeling. It's close. Ah, Miss Phonia, here to make your report.
Oh, nothing much to report, actually.
That's so. During the battle, we were talking about your transfer to the 7th Company. You were in charge of patrols and post-battle reconnaissance this time. How did everything go?
Good. No problems.
I see. If you don't mind me asking, why did you come from that direction, and why are you alone? Did you think we were still meeting at the side gate? There was a change of plans. We sent the message over the wind in the last few minutes of the battle. There were a lot of changes during the operation, but I imagine you missed those as well. Because you're under Durin's influence, and you have been since your trip to Dragonspine over 6 months ago. Don't move. Let's continue this discussion back at headquarters. Don't be scared. I'll figure out a way to free you from his power very soon. And that was one hell of a bulky one, but we will continue this on the next one. Y'all take it easy.